Roll sound. Welcome to the official podcast of Solarflight Productions and SolarFlightPro.com. This is the show where we talk about movies, TV shows, and the news. I'm your host, Garrett Ray, and joining me, it's Ian Hackney.
Hey, what's up?
Your hair is red.
It's just a mixture of lots of things. There's some blonde, pink, red, and black in there, and brown.
There's definitely a spot where it's pretty orange.
Oh yeah, like right here. Yeah.
Your hair reminds me of fall. I think that's where I'm at right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's a nice thought.
It's unfortunate because it's just the front. The back is all a nice one color. So it's just a whole lot of just whatever. But fortunately, it's just a 2-part process, and yeah, I just decided not to wear a hat for the first part. You have to remember your lows, so when you have those highs, you can really feel it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I always remember my lows really well.
Because they were recent?
Because they don't stop.
Jeez.
Well, like I said, this is the show where we talk about movies, TV shows, and the news. We're going to get into the news, but first, this is big for us because today is the first day that we are live streaming this.
Live.
So we're live on Twitch. Thank you to everyone who's joining us on Twitch. You guys are all awesome. And
some of you.
Well, okay. But 100 episodes. I, honest to God, never thought we'd make it this far. I thought maybe we get to 100 and quit, but this is the whole new start for us with streaming on Twitch and everything.
Start of something new.
So I want to say thank you to everyone who's kind of co-hosted the podcast before and kind of limped us along until we got to the real co-host. But no, I seriously, I'm so thankful for everyone who's been involved with this. My wife, Luke, Emmy, Abby, and Micah, other Luke. There's been so many wonderful people who've joined me on this program, and now I'm very glad to have you here and doing this, even if your hair is trying to decide what color it will be.
Oh, it's the best. You gotta be original. That's what I've learned in this world.
Yeah, I don't know. Original. I don't know if original means good, but certainly original.
Original. Dude, here's the thing, because trends always follow after me. Give it like 2 years, and this is going to be a normal hairstyle.
I'm sure it will be.
And I'm going to take full credit for it.
I mean, you have evidence right here on this stream that you were doing it. So
I have made many hairstyles in the past, and I'm not going to get into the details, but I tend to be a trendsetter.
I mean, it wasn't until I met you that I started sagging my pants. So
I don't know about that trend.
Actually, that's not true. I've been sagging my pants for a long time. I have a very weird shaped body.
Yeah, what can you do? Do some squats.
No. All right, you want to get into the news?
Let's do it.
What this show is all about. Again, 100 episodes. Thank you, everybody.
Woohoo!
I can't woo without my voice cracking. 100. That's the best I can do.
Oh, my voice is on my what's this? Esophagus?
Yeah.
It's just on fire.
Great. You've been streaming for 8 hours already.
Yeah.
But you have multiple hours to go because first we have to talk about the Dark Phoenix budget. It's rumored to be around $200 million due to reshoots.
Yeah.
Observer via Heroic Hollywood is reporting the budget of Dark Phoenix currently sits at around $200 million. This is it's not over ridiculous for a tentpole superhero film.
Yeah, it's X-Men.
But apparently they were they were under budget when they finished the main shooting.
Yeah.
And reshoots were only projected to cost around $10 million. So not bad. I'm on the fence, but I'm kind of excited for this film because I think that I think that the trailer looked promising in a kind of skeptical way. I say that. That's why I couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to say.
It was one of those trailers that kind of showed the whole movie, but
yeah,
without the plot, but like it showed the whole movie.
But I don't know. The Dark Phoenix saga is an interesting story.
Yep.
And I think that seeing that done properly would be great, but also, who knows?
I mean, it's X-Men, so like I said, they have an easy job. All they have to do is make you feel like you want to have superpowers by the end of it, and then they did it.
Right, and also draw a thin line to connect themselves with injustice in some way. That's what the X-Men are all about. It's about marginalized people.
Yeah.
But they don't always do that well.
No.
X-Men Origins Wolverine is the best version of that, though. So, All right. Catherine Watterson says she's absolutely game for Alien Awakening, but she's unsure if it will happen. So Catherine Watterson was the
Ridley.
No, that is. Why am I forgetting her name? Because we have to do a podcast.
Yeah.
But no, this is the female lead from Alien Covenant, which came out last year,
not too long ago.
So 2 years ago now.
So a lady in a recent Alien movie is down for another recent Alien movie.
Correct. Yes. I almost said connect.
Crazy.
But yeah, so while Ridley Scott spoke of making at least 2 more sequels, Alien Covenant's underwhelming box office seems to have killed those plans. Apparently, the heads at Fox said, "We're not doing another one right now."
Yeah.
But according to Scott, Alien Awakening would have found David on a new planet, David being the android played by Michael Fassbender, is still experimenting with the engineer's black goo to create the perfect life form, which some would say has already been created. I married her. It was assumed that Watterson would return. I think she's watching this, so I got to be careful. It's assumed that Watterson would return for the next chapter too. But while she's up for a sequel, she told the playlist that she hasn't heard anything about another movie. Basically saying, "I don't live in Hollywood. I'm always usually the last person to know even what's going on in my own career.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not the best person to ask."
Oh my goodness.
Which makes this, why are we reporting on this? But here we are. So she said, but I did get the sense of where they thought they might like to take it when they were shooting Covenant. And it sounded really interesting. I would be absolutely game to do more if they wanted to have me. But that's all I know. I'm pretty sure they've changed their minds anyway. And it's probably been, and there's probably been loads of different ideas going around and everything. But just in case I spoil something by talking about it, I wouldn't dare.
Yeah.
So.
Good. Don't spoil anything.
We know nothing. This show is well worth people's time.
Yeah.
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
All right, so were you excited about the X-Force movie now that you've seen the Deadpool and Deadpool 2?
No. X-Force.
Okay, well, X-Force is apparently possibly shelved, maybe destroyed. So
hopefully.
Daniel Richtman said on Twitter that the previously announced Fox Marvel films such as Doctor Doom, Gambit, and X-Force have been shelved as the Disney acquisition nears completion. So this is what he said. Not a huge surprise, but from what I hear, Gambit and Doctor Doom are officially dead. As for X-Force, it's not officially dead, but they have 2 months to start filming, and that's not going to happen. So not happening. Not with Fox anyway.
Yeah.
And then Robert Liefeld, who came up with Deadpool, he's the creator of that, said, "Pour one out for old X-Force, victim of the merger. $800 million grosser easy." Do you think it would have been an $800 million grosser easy?
No.
Okay.
Did Deadpool even make that much?
Yeah, I think it did.
Deadpool 2?
I'm actually not sure about the numbers on Deadpool 2.
Okay.
Because as soon as I watched that movie, I left and went, okay. Forgetting about this forever.
Yeah.
And then I did a podcast over it.
Mm-hmm.
In that order.
Yeah.
So, Black Panther has been named the best reviewed wide release of 2018 by Rotten Tomatoes.
Cool.
So, while Black Panther's success continues to create substantial buzz in the awards season, Rotten Tomatoes has kicked things off by naming the film its best reviewed wide release of 2018.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Amazing that it would have beat A Wrinkle in Time.
Wide release?
Yeah, A Wrinkle in Time was a wide release. Has to go to at least 600 theaters, and A Wrinkle in Time was in like over 1,000, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, that movie, I mean, Disney was pushing it to be the big next thing, you know, like this was going to spark a new franchise.
A new franchise for them. I didn't see it.
Count yourself lucky. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it.
Really?
But,
sarcasm, all of that.
No, it's on Netflix, but you should not watch it.
Okay.
If I'm completely serious.
Okay.
It's not worth your time. Unless you love the book and you just want to see how someone can murder something you loved.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I remember you were talking about how bad it was.
Dude.
Not Oprah. Whoopi Goldberg was in it?
No, Oprah Winfrey's in it.
Oh, Oprah was in it. Okay,
and it's not that she's bad in it. It's just that the story has been mutilated and destroyed.
I got you. Lettuce and all that.
Yes, the lettuce lady. Yeah. So the best reviewed wide release category includes 9 other films that found notable success in 2018, with the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place runouts being Mission Impossible Fallout, Spike Lee's Black Klansman, which I haven't seen. Did you see that one?
I didn't, but I wanted to.
I hadn't seen it, but it's about a black man who infiltrates the KKK via the phone, right? Yeah, that's a crazy story. Oh, yeah. And then Marvel's animated Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Woohoo!
So, yeah, None, however, could match the critical acclaim and box office domination that Black Panther received. That was all the way back in February?
I don't remember, dude.
Jeez, man.
No way it was January, February. It was March or April.
No, man. Because late March is when Avengers Infinity War came out.
Yeah.
It must have been January.
Mm-hmm.
They dropped that in January, and it was the biggest. Oh my gosh,
it's crazy. I mean,
anyway,
Black Panther. Katie Fane's always watching.
Yes, she's my wife is always watching me. But yeah, so the The news comes just days after Black Panther failed to secure any trophies at the 75th Annual Golden Globes, much to the chagrin of fans, but it has gotten a Best Adapted Screenplay nomination by the Writers Guild of America, as well as a Best Picture nomination by the Producers Guild of America.
Okay.
So both of these acknowledgments increase the film's Oscar potential.
Yeah. And Oscars like the big ones, right?
Right,
and
yeah. Golden Globes are
like,
great. I mean, if you get one, awesome. But at the same time, if you get a Oscar, it's like, oh, we're an Oscar-winning picture.
Yeah, and then everyone's an Oscar-winning actor and actress, right?
Right, yes.
So,
yeah.
Oscar-winning director, Oscar-winning blah, blah,
right.
blah, blah.
And we've talked about this. It's a great movie. I just don't think it's best movie of the year.
Mm-mm.
I just
I don't know, man. It was pretty hype, and I remember I was going crazy over that movie. It was so good for me.
I still think Spider-Man's better.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was good. It was really good.
It was good. I think, like, it definitely, as far as world building, like the art design and all that stuff, I think it definitely deserves the Oscars for those categories.
Yeah.
But as far as the movies that, like, I thought were technically the best in more, in more ways, I mean, Spider-Man definitely beats it out for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Monsters of the Universe movie is getting... I'm sorry, not Monsters. Masters of the Universe movie.
What?
Can't read.
Yeah.
Homeschooled.
Who needs to read?
So Masters of the Universe, which you know about this, right? He-Man. All of that stuff. That old cartoon from the 80s. You don't know about
Well,
He-Man?
I know He-Man, but I didn't know that was the name for it. Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, so it's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And this has been... in kind of production since 2009 at Sony.
Just give it up.
It's had filmmakers like John M. Chu, who directed Crazy Rich Asians, McGee, who directed Terminator Salvation, which is bad, and David S. Goyer, Krypton, attached to direct at different points in time. But filmmaking brothers Aaron and Adam Nee are currently attached and joined the project last spring, but there haven't been any major reports since they signed on last spring, so everyone's kind of like, what's going on with this?
What's going on, yeah.
Well, Deadline now reports that Matt Holloway and Art Markham are closing the deal to write the latest Masters of the Universe script draft. The pair have successfully made a living as studio franchise writers since they worked on the original Iron Man.
Yeah.
They've also... Now, I like Iron Man a lot.
The OG.
I think that movie's great. But these people also worked on Punisher Warzone, Transformers The Last Night, which I still think is one of the worst scripts of all time. Yeah. It's just horrible. And we have yet to see their latest work, which is the Men in Black International. So...
Oh, they're doing Men in Black International?
They did.
That's going to be good.
Yeah. I'm like tentatively excited for it because Men in Black 3 I know a lot of people didn't like, but I think that movie's definitely worth watching for Josh Brolin's performance alone. Yeah. Because he's really incredible in that as doing Tommy Lee Jones. It's crazy. Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Are you excited for Masters of the Universe?
No, I mean, it was coming out 2022.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't get excited for things that are more than like 3 days away.
Okay. Well, what about Eddie Murphy officially returning for Coming to America 2?
I mean, is it 3 days away?
No. I guess that falls outside of the criteria. Yeah. Stupid question. So as reported by Deadline, it looks like Eddie Murphy will indeed return to play Prince Akeem in the long-awaited Coming to America 2. It's also reported that Kenya Barris, who was one of the creators of Blackish, is on board to write it. Yes, you're raising your hand.
Bro.
Yes.
Eddie Murphy's old. How is he still a prince? He should be king.
His dad's real old.
He's real old. Okay, I can see, King living to like 90, I guess. But still, like, Eddie Murphy's like, whatever.
Yep. I mean, I don't know, man.
I bet that's the plot of the movie.
Maybe he'll be...
becoming king. He has
king
to go
elect.
back home. Yeah, he has to choose. He's been in America for 80 years. So
for 80 years.
Now he's got to choose if he wants to go back and be king or if he wants to stay in America with his wife and kid and grandkid.
I have not seen Coming to America, so I don't know.
It's pretty much a rich African prince coming to America. He's rich and nothing makes sense to him.
But does he get married?
I don't know. I know he falls in love. That was every movie back in the 80s or
that's
90s.
True. Yeah. Especially Red Dawn. I'm just kidding. That's about a Russian invasion. No one falls in love.
You sure?
I might be wrong.
All right, just checking.
So Bumblebee is solidly profitable, says Viacom CEO, making a sequel likely.
I mean, what the heck are they going to make a sequel of?
Bumblebee.
Isn't that just the first Transformers?
No, he has time to hop around and be active in the Cold War and stuff. You know, because in Transformers: The Last Night, he killed Hitler.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
He was there in World War II, but then he arrived on Earth in the 80s, so...
Running in the 80s.
I'd like to run away from this news.
Let's be honest, dude. It's kind of like, this is all kind of whack. Except for the Dark Phoenix stuff. But
yeah, there's not a lot like in the news that I'm super excited about.
But, I don't ever get excited for anything except for the DC stuff. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
I do have some news for you this week.
Okay.
Maybe not the news you want, but some news.
Well, then, we'll see.
But apparently Bumblebee has taken in $100 million domestically with a worldwide total of $300 million against a budget of $135 million. So, also, it received a $22 million tax credit to film in California. So, $322 million.
You get a tax credit when you film in California.
Yes, but basically what states do is they will have film incentives. So if you film here, you don't have to pay taxes on these things. And basically what it does is it's an incentive for you to bring the business there so that you will spend money with local businesses and things like that.
Yeah, while you're there.
You're injecting money into the economy. And
so
then those people will pay the taxes on it. But
yeah, let the poorer people pay the taxes on it.
Exactly. But yeah, so World War Z 2 starts filming in March. Did you ever see the original World War Z?
Yeah, it was terrible.
There was some stuff I liked in it, but yeah, overall just was like, okay.
Yeah, terrible movie. Just give yourself cancer. GG.
Oh yeah, that's how you win.
Yeah, and just give it I got cancer. Oh, I healed it and I got cancer again.
What is it with every movie being like, if you're sick or have a mental deficiency, that's a superpower?
You're fine. I don't know.
The Predator is a terrible movie.
That was the Predator?
The Predator, yeah. It's like there's a kid who has Asperger's and the Predator wants to take his blood or his spine or something so that they can like inject his DNA into a Predator to make him better.
Give a Predator Asperger's.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
that's cool.
They're so bad at speaking, maybe they would become more socially adept.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot of killing and not a lot of talking. So
that's fine. Predators.
Yep. Well, it's taken a while for World War Z to come together. World War Z 2.
Yeah, World War Z 2.
There's a Z in it too, and it's all very tiny. I should have made this text bigger.
What can you do?
Original director J.A. Bayona dropped out in early 2016, only for David Fincher to come on board. It appears that part of the delay was Fincher's design to develop a strong script for the project, but it looks like the sequel is finally moving ahead. So basically, they were like, first one was... it sold pretty good, but maybe we should tell a story this time. And the studio's like, yeah, fine.
A little lackluster. Let's
Speaking of lackluster, Star Trek IV has been shelved.
We knew this was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, we totally knew because Chris Pine and I was gonna say Chris Rock, but Chris Hemsworth. All three of the Chris's are not coming back, the big three. Yeah. And in a recent interview with E.T., John Cho, who plays Sulu on it, was weirdly optimistic about it. So basically what he said was he said, to be honest, it's not happening right now as far as I know, but I just think it will happen. Somebody at some point will all get on the same page and we'll do it. Cho also joked that he was possibly just being optimistic about the film, but mentioned the significance of Star Trek, saying, quote, "To me, it's just sort of a really significant part of American pop culture. I just don't see how it goes away forever."
I can.
I can see how this... Well, here's my question. Star Trek, big part of American culture. Okay, I'll give him that. But this series of Star Trek movies, big part of American culture? No. I don't think so.
People who liked Star Trek tolerate Star Trek.
Exactly.
Tolerate new Star Trek
movies. Yeah. And it's between that and then Star Trek Discovery, which is on CBS All Access, which I know a lot of Star Trek fans hate because it's trying to be Star Wars and it's not. Yeah. It's just like the brand is an important part of American pop culture. I'll give you that. But this series of stuff I don't think is, and I think that a lot of people would be okay with just seeing it go the way of the dinosaur. Yeah.
Just not even, because they can always go back and rewatch it at some point.
Right, yeah, but they don't want more of the same thing.
Exactly.
Well,
how many times have people watched Lord of the Rings?
funny story. I just showed my wife the Fellowship of the Ring for the first time.
Oh, really?
And she liked it.
How many times have you seen it?
I have seen it at least 20 times.
Exactly.
In my life.
So,
but I'm not clamoring for. But then they did. I don't need more of those movies. I can watch that movie over and over again. I'm fine with it.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. You know, they could just.
Right, and I'm just saying they don't want more of. They don't want that series to continue on.
Yeah.
The people who like it are like, "Yep, we got what we need,"
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else is like, "Stop,
stop." We'll just watch the show with Captain Kirk.
Yes, maybe. There's also Captain Picard. There's several different series, so it depends on which one you're talking about.
Picard, probably. That's what I liked.
That's the Professor X.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't remember his name. Okay, are you excited about Glass?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch Split, so
I still think you should watch Split. That one is good to watch.
My wife liked it as well, but
yeah, it's an enjoyable film, especially considering it's from M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa, dude, nice,
good
but
job.
A lot of people have seen Glass now and are saying, whoa, dude, why? So it has not been getting great reviews. It has a rotten score based on all of the early reviews that it's gotten. It's sitting at a 35%, putting it firmly in rotten territory. Now, granted, Rotten Tomatoes, we all know, is kind of a... Is it a good rating system or not?
Yeah, they're snobby and old. That's what Venom said.
Yeah, that's all. Critics are too old to appreciate this.
Yeah.
No, your movie was just bad, and we're dumb enough to like it. But yeah, this is one of those things that's like, from the first time I saw the trailer, I wasn't super into it. I haven't been excited for it, and I feel like I would be, because the story of James McAvoy's character is interesting, and I like his performance a lot. But yeah, I think it's Bruce Willis. I think that's what killed it for me. I don't love Bruce Willis enough.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of old, but like, he used to be a pretty big deal, and then Unbreakable was kind of a pretty big deal. It's kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah, I still hadn't seen that. I'll admit that.
So you've seen Split.
I didn't know that. No one knew it was connected to Unbreakable before it came out. So I had no reason to think that I needed to see Unbreakable first. And technically, the movie makes perfect sense without it. I get it. He sees dead people and is real strong. I know what the movies is.
You disappoint me.
There's many reasons I shouldn't be hosting a podcast about movies. 100 episodes.
100 episodes. Whatever.
All right, Alita Battle Angel. This has had early reactions, and it has been good.
Yeah, it's Alita Battle Angel. Whatever.
I'm excited for this, because the thing is, like, I know one of the grips who worked on this.
Really?
And she's amazing. Robin is the person I'm talking about. I won't say her last name just in case she doesn't want me to on stream, but I've worked with her on a film, and she's an incredible person, and she's wonderful at her job. So
that's awesome.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see this, and I was kind of worried about it for a little bit, because the male lead that plays opposite Alita is kind of like, I've seen him in a couple things that I'm not a big fan of.
Who, the antagonist or like the
kid,
boyfriend?
The boyfriend, yeah. Like in the trailer, not it didn't look great, but
yeah. Outside
of that, I'm really excited for it. Alita Battle Angel has had its release date pushed back a couple of times, so that worried me as well. But it has had some good word of mouth. So basically, people are saying. Wow. I cannot talk. So
when the camera's in your face, it's not so easy, is it?
No, it's not. You guys are screwing me up. But the reactions basically have been, this is a landmark event. You have to see it in 3D, because it is doing, and James Cameron's involved. So the 3D's done right.
I still want to see it in 3D.
I think we should.
What's wrong with you?
Look, here's the thing, and I'm saying this as a man with glasses who can't.
I'm about to say you're gonna have to wear 2 sets of glasses.
But I do have the 3D glasses that clip on like sunglasses for an old man. That's right. I'm 78.
It is 2019. Okay, 3D is gone.
Well, that's the thing though, is that there are so many people saying that it's better in 3D, like it uses it properly.
Whoa.
Look, this is immersive. I can see your hand. It's like it's coming at me.
Wow, it's like it's coming right at me. Exactly. That's so lame. That is so lame. It's like it's coming right at me.
But that's the thing, is like, if there's none of those cheesy moments of like, bleh,
yeah,
and it is subtle. Like in Avatar, it works. I remember watching Avatar, and I don't
Kinda.
love that movie, but the little particles floating around and stuff, I was like, this is cool. I was in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see it.
It's not like I have a choice. The one, shut up. I mean, hello.
So for those of you who are just joining us or have skipped through a lot of the news at the beginning, we're live streaming this as well. So people
Woo!
are chatting to us, and we're trying
I forgot.
to interact with that as well. But thanks for listening here on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. And if you want to watch us live, we're on Twitch now. So you can just go to twitch.tv/rollsoundpod. And you can find us. We're doing this pretty much, I think, every Monday mornings is what we've agreed on.
Monday mornings works.
Woo. So, all right, you want to keep talking about stuff?
Yeah.
Good, because I got stuff to talk about.
Let's hear it.
IMDb launches a ad-supported streaming service called Freedive.
Freedive.
I don't know why.
Ad-supported?
I have IMDb Pro because of the business I'm in, and I still don't use it to look anything up.
Really?
I use Wikipedia because it's easier.
Okay.
I don't like IMDb's interface very much.
I don't even know what that is. So
International Movie Database.
And then they're gonna have a streaming service on it?
They are. So while most streaming services operate similarly to Netflix, users pay a monthly fee and then get commercial-free access to content. There's a lot of other people that are kind of going the other way and saying, okay, we're going to... You're laughing. What did I say?
Nah.
Oh, it's someone...
They made fun of my hair and my gap in one sentence. Thank you, the one. And Katie said, I'm with Ian. I hate 3D.
All right. Well, my wife can think what she wants. She's a very smart, intelligent lady who's wrong. But yeah. So if you want to join in on the pandemonium of chat, you can join us on the stream. We'd love to have
this
you.
is terrible to listen to after the fact.
I'm
That's
sure.
so bad.
I don't care. But no editing. I'll edit a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. But yeah. So Freedive basically is going to do kind of what Roku did with their ad produced content, or ad supported content, and it's going to be actual Hollywood movies. They're not going to have a bunch of stuff to start out with, which is kind of how all of these free to watch services start out.
Yeah,
but they'll add more stuff as time goes on and strike deals and show we have numbers and here's people using the service, and it'll grow from like smaller movies to bigger movies and stuff like that. So
come on, Kellogg's, work with us. Type of thing.
Kellogg's?
Wait, were you talking about ads or movies?
I'm talking about movies.
Okay. Kellogg's might make movies.
Yeah, why not? You open up the cereal box, inside there's a camera.
That'd be great.
Here's a trick. Open it from the bottom and you can pull it out before the film gets ruined by all the crumbs. So, all right. The Mummy. Did you see this movie?
No. Tom Cruise?
Yes.
No.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, Alex Kurtzman, the director, also thinks so. So basically, criticism of The Mummy include that Cruise is miscast in the lead role, the film's weak attempts at comedy, and lackluster set pieces, which it's one of those things where they did these real these real big action set pieces for real, but then they cut it in a way so it looks like they do 6 cuts and it doesn't look like they did it.
Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be like, but it ended up being like,
Right. They collapsed a building with Tom Cruise standing on top of it, and the building falls over and he surfs that down. And they did it for real. You can see it in behind the scenes video.
Nice.
And they cut 6 times through it and it looks fake.
Oh.
Because they keep cutting.
Dang.
But they did it for real.
That's crazy.
Blows my mind. But in any case, so this is what Alex Kurtzman said about it while he was talking with the Hollywood Reporter. He said, "The Mummy wasn't what I wanted it to be. I'm no longer involved in that, and I have no idea what's going on with it. I look back now, and what felt painful at the time ended up being an incredible blessing for me. I learned that I need to follow my own instincts, and when I can't fully do that, I don't think I can succeed." Those films are beautiful because the monsters are talking about the original
the
monsters.
Mummy.
Yeah. Those films are beautiful because the monsters are broken characters, and we see ourselves in them. I hope those are the movies that they make. I want to see them.
Yeah.
They won't be.
No. They want supernatural deities.
Hey, Mary Poppins Returns happened.
You watched that?
We did not. I did not either.
Did it do well?
Apparently, it's done pretty good. So, though Disney has
Mary
not yet
Poppins.
made anything official, director Rob Marshall recently revealed that he is indeed working on a follow-up story to Mary Poppins Returns.
Wow.
So, it's done well enough to kind of warrant
Mary
that.
Poppins Returns again.
Ah. Mary Poppins Ultra Returns.
No.
Mary Poppins late fees because she didn't return early enough.
Missed return.
Mary Poppins diminishing returns?
No.
Because the box office gets lower each time?
Yeah.
This was a good tangent. But yeah, Marshall said that the production team is moving forward with plans for another film, which would again delve into the books of Mary Poppins critter P.L. Travers. As Marshall pointed out, Travers wrote 8 Poppins books, so there's plenty of material there to mine.
8 Poppins.
Do you want 8 Mary Poppins movies?
I won't see either or any of them.
Unless we have to for this podcast because people demand it.
Who?
I don't know. My wife demanded. I still have to take her to see it at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, babe. So Mary Poppins Returns was itself not a direct adaptation of any of the 8 books, but instead drew on several of Travers' works in order to craft the story, and now they could kind of adapt some of those other things.
Yeah,
into
just put it in there. Haha, this happened in the first book, that happened in the 8th book. Togetherness.
Yes. Mm-hmm. This is Mary Poppins 18 now, because we combined 1 and 8.
Yeah.
And 1 plus 8 equals
21.
Oh. You're on some next level math. All right, Samuel L. Jackson, are you a fan?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who isn't. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
even when he's giving
Jackson.
technically a bad performance in RoboCop, it's super entertaining.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Right, yeah. Well, apparently he wants to play Nick Fury for another 10 years.
I mean, it's Samuel L. Jackson. He'll be in a wheelchair, just become Professor X.
Yeah, so basically Samuel Jackson was profiled by The Hollywood Reporter about his prolific career, and this includes his recurring role in the MCU as Nick Fury. And the Oscar nominee was asked if he had a future in the role beyond his already confirmed upcoming appearances. So the 70-year-old Hollywood icon, he's 70. Good Lord, he looks incredible.
I know.
He confirmed his desire to play Nick Fury for another 10 years at least and into his 80s and said, quote, "I could be the Alec Guinness of Marvel movies."
Yeah?
So... I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I don't know. He was Obi-Wan Kenobi. Alec Guinness was.
Was he old?
In the original trilogy? Yes. Have you seen Star Wars?
Yeah. But
was Obi-Wan old?
Well, I mean, like...
He was the old man with the beard. He literally is the character archetype, the old man.
just checking, you know.
All right, Men in Black and Jump Street crossover movie is officially dead. Thank God for this. This was a thing that I hated. We've talked about this a long time ago. I'm
glad I missed it
here at the time, but yeah. So there was a movement to do Men in Black 23 essentially. So it'd be Jumpsuit 23 with Men in Black and cross over those two things. I thought it was the dumbest idea in the world.
Oh, that's dumb.
And thankfully, it's not happening.
Cool.
So good. Not so good. Netflix stops in-app purchases. So basically, for a long time, you've been able to subscribe to Netflix and manage your account through the Netflix app.
Yeah.
But because Apple was
siphoning,
basically,
yeah, they do it for Twitch too.
They facilitate it, and they take a chunk of it because they're facilitating the ease of use.
Apple, yeah.
So for years, many services have allowed their users to subscribe through in-app payments. This is handy because it takes a step out of the sign-up process, but all that is changing. So basically, Netflix is just gonna stop it. You have to do it through their website.
Yes.
And if you want an idea of how much money this actually
they take like 10%.
It's a lot, but it's like the actual numbers will astound you. So in 2018, you won't guess what happens next. In 2018, Netflix was the App Store's top grossing app.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the top grossing iOS app of all time, with around $853 million in-app subscriptions on the iOS App Store during 2018.
Yeah.
1 year. To date, the figure is more like 1.5 billion over time, with Apple raking in a supposedly 450 million from that.
Yep.
450 million from just having a button in an app.
They didn't even do anything. They were like,
nope.
Netflix made the app. Netflix was just like, can we put the app? We're putting the app here so people have access to it. And then Apple was just like, cool. That'll be 10%.
Yep.
Well, not 10%, but
probably a little more.
No.
I don't know. It seems like 9% or something like that.
Yeah, because Twitch, if you buy bits on mobile,
mm-hmm.
it's like $6.99 for $5. So you pay
that's
extra.
Right. So they don't take the hit. They're just like, fine, you pay the users will pay.
Yeah,
extra.
Twitch just pays it. They make you pay extra.
Wow.
Yeah, and then on mobile,
guess you better get on your desktop and then you can use bits with us.
Exactly. Like just do it on your desktop. I always tell people. And a guy who had donated like 20K bits, I told him that, and he was like, What? But it's too late.
I should have been on a computer the whole time.
20K bet's like $200, so he probably spent like $270.
Oh my gosh, that
It
sucks.
just goes to nothing.
That sucks.
It's crazy.
Jiminy Christmas. Well, are you time? Are you time? What time are you?
7.
Cool. So now that we talked about time, it is time for everyone's second favorite segment on this show.
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson explains.
I want to do that part.
I'm sorry. You want?
No.
You could just cut that out. No, we can't. We're live.
Oh no.
Whoa. So, Ryan. This actually isn't Star Wars news, but it is Ryan Johnson news.
Yeah.
So I'm technically it counts. So Ryan Johnson raves about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This is what he said on Twitter. Okay, I have seen the light. Into the Spider-Verse is truly next level stuff. I just walked out of the theater and I'm still buzzing, but might be my new favorite superhero movie, full stop. I also feel like the influence of this movie is going to run deep. It's the Velvet Underground of superhero movies.
Yeah.
And he's right.
I think so.
That's how a movie subverts expectations successfully.
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Don't do that to him.
Look, it's fair.
That's not fair.
The Last Jedi is a bad Star Wars movie. It just is.
Yeah.
Because it wants too badly to be... It's like me. You know, when I come on your stream and I'm trying way too hard, and then everyone's like unsubscribing from you, and it's my fault.
I lose money.
I know.
When I had my cousin there, with his beard... Where's your beard, Garrett?
I can't grow one. Please don't bring it up. It's deep down.
You've been replaced with my cousin.
That's
my
fine.
wife's cousin.
Okay. Well, I mean, as long as that's working for you. Moving on. So that's the end of everyone's second favorite segment on the show. Say it. The end of everyone's second favorite segment.
Yo, Ryan Johnson just got done explaining. That was terrible. Why did you let me do that?
You wanted to.
I didn't want any of that.
Which means it's time for everyone's favorite segment on the show. What the heck is going on at DC?
Woo!
I do that every time. People normally don't see that, but I do some weird dance. Now you can see it on the stream. Twitch.tv/RollSoundPod.
Nice plug.
Thanks. You want to talk about DC?
Yeah, unless it's not Joker movie related.
Okay, it's not Joker movie stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's all we have for
I'm sorry.
The heck is going on.
I tricked you. I lied to you.
Yeah. Let's hear what's going.
So Aquaman officially, I was tentative about this last week. It looked like Aquaman was going to pass $1 billion. It has now officially passed $1 billion at the worldwide box office.
$1 billion.
That's crazy. That movie is
good,
enjoyable enough. So I'm glad people are liking it.
It's 2019, bro.
That's not an argument.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
It's a good movie.
Is that just shorthand for everyone stupid enough to watch this movie now?
Yeah.
Great.
It's dumbed down. It's all about speed and momentum.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so rumored Wonder Woman 1984 plot details explain Steve Trevor's return.
Do you remember when I said what it was going to be about?
You said it was going to be her descendant or something, I think.
No.
What is it you said?
I don't remember. Me. I was asking you. You think I remember that crap?
I don't know. I thought maybe this was a rare glimpse of like you remembering something properly.
No, I'll leave that crap out.
Yeah, I should have known better.
But anyways, let's hear it.
But yeah, so set in the 1980s, Wonder Woman 1984 will find Diana at the height of the Cold War between the U.S. and the Soviet Union as she fights off a brand new threat in Kristen Wiig's Barbara Ann Minerva, a.k.a. Cheetah. God, Cheetah's prince. It's the tackiest thing.
Well, we'll see.
Don't like it. Pedro Pascal also joins the cast in a still undisclosed role, although rumor has it he'll be playing Maxwell Lord, who is a super powerful businessman from the comics.
Yeah.
And so basically there's been a report from We Got This Covered, which I don't know if a podcast is or a publication. A podcast is just an audio publication, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a publication. And Trevor's return ties into the film story with the involvement of Lord, who is looking for magical artifacts that would make him as powerful as a god.
Okay.
Because, superiority complexes.
And yeah, that.
I've gotten a notification on all of my computers at once. So if you heard
there it goes.
there it was. But yeah, so basically, while he's doing that, Wonder Woman eventually stumbles upon Minerva and convinces her to help him with his goal. Wait, no, that's not right. I don't know. This sentence doesn't make any sense. Ignore that. The two's relationship goes awry, however, after Minerva gets cursed by an artifact that turns her into Cheetah. With a target on his back, Lord reaches out to Diana with the promise that he'll resurrect Steve in return for her protection.
Ooh. Rich man.
But since this is set in 1984, there's no way that she doesn't know, there's no way that she does know that resurrecting someone almost immediately makes them evil, which she won't see until many years later.
Yeah. That's funny. I like that.
But that is exactly what's going to happen. I guarantee it. No, actually, so Chris Pine said something about it. Basically, he said that it's the tables are flipped because he's now the one who's kind of got a deer in the headlights look. So that's all we know. That's all we know. We can know nothing else.
Nothing else
Can be known.
Yet. When's that
Until
movie come out? 2022?
No, I think it's next year. I think it's 2020.
Okay. Yeah, Wonder Woman shoots fast.
Yeah. Well, I think they already wrapped shooting.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they wrapped that 2 weeks ago, I think.
Sweet.
Somewhere around Christmas.
Sweet. I like it.
So, yeah. All right. Well, that brings us to the end of everyone's favorite segment on the show. What the heck is going on at DC?
I was pleased.
I'm glad you were pleased.
Yeah.
It's really, it warms my heart to hear that.
Yeah.
You know what else warms my heart?
Grand Avenue Theater.
Yes, and all of their wonderful air conditioning.
Let's get on to our sponsor.
It is time to talk about our sponsor. So our sponsor is Grand Avenue Theater,
yeah.
And we've had them as a sponsor for quite a while now.
100 episodes?
Well, almost. not quite that many, but almost. About 90-ish. So,
yeah.
But yeah, thank you to Grand Avenue Theater for sponsoring this. You're on the internet now. And I've whacked my microphone. It's okay. Just don't be hurt. But yeah, so clean, courteous, classy, that is their motto. They definitely stick up to that. They stick you up every time you go to this is not going well.
You want to just like start that whole thing over, edit?
No,
later?
it's fun.
Okay.
No, Grand Avenue Theater, clean, courteous, classy. We love going there. They have super clean seats and all that stuff. It's never buttery and gross. The floor is not sticky, so we really love that. The people there are super helpful and nice. I don't think I've ever been treated poorly there. I cannot remember a time.
Everybody knows your name too. Yeah.
I mean, how could they not?
Yeah, you're there a lot.
It's a small town.
Yeah, right.
But no, it really is a great place. It's super classy. You walk in, and it's just like it has that air of this is nice. Not this is a chain. This is I'm being churned through an auger of just like get my money.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's super great to go there. We really have had a lot of fun there, and looking forward to 100 more episodes with them.
Yeah,
or more.
Even though
many more.
Oh wait, no, it's not appropriate.
What? We'll never know.
Yeah, we'll never know until after the sponsored segment.
Okay, cool. Well, that brings us to the end of the sponsor segment, except to say that you can get your tickets online. They are all reserved. You can get them at www.grandavenuetheater.com. And yeah, never worry about where you're going to have to sit.
Yep.
Also, full service kitchen. Great food. Cool. End of sponsor segment.
Pool. I mean, what'd I say?
Pool?
Cool.
You've been up way too long.
Yeah.
And no sleep is imminent for you.
No.
Anyway.
I got another 10 hours.
I'm really glad we have this super pool podcast.
Super cool. Oh, but I was going to say in the non-sponsored segment was another 100 episodes, unless my theory of theaters dies out. Or
yeah. But I don't think they will.
Soon.
I don't think they will. Not in 100 episodes.
Yeah?
That's another 2 years. I think we got another 2 years. No. I've been doing this for 2 years.
2 years?
I mentioned 2 years.
Why'd you say 2 years so much?
2 years.
I'm starting to hear things weird, man. Something's going on.
You're hearing is someone saying a number of years in your ear? That's weird.
Multiple times.
All right. Well,
out of context.
So this week we saw a movie.
Yes, we did.
And we have a Twitter poll going. So if you are watching this live, you can go and vote on that right now. We're going to give it our rating, and then we'll go ahead and give everyone's feedback.
Everyone's feedback of it, yeah.
Si, senor. So, good, bad, great, or terrible is what we're going to say about The Upside, which is a movie that stars Kevin Hart and
Breaking Bad guy.
Yeah, Breaking Bad guy. Dang it, I know his name. But anyway, so yeah, we watched that last night. We had a lot of fun with it, I think, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Good, bad, great, or terrible, the upside. What do you think and why spoiler free?
Spoiler free, I'm going to give this movie a good.
Okay.
Why? Because it was good. It was a feel-good movie, kind of like a slice of life thing, and it had that like based on a true story at the beginning, so that's always nice because you always want to see how far it pushes the envelope,
right?
And then you still believe it, you know. So I mean, it was good. Acting was good. I really felt for the characters, and it was just overall solid.
Bryan Cranston, by the way.
Bryan Cranston. I would not have said that in a million years.
Nope. Anyway, so Brian Cranberries and Kevin Heartshape are both in this movie. I'm in the good camp as well.
Yeah.
Because I like there was some stuff in there that I thought it was interesting from a filmmaking perspective.
Okay.
Especially like shots where they're using the mobile to go back and forth between his memories and stuff. So that's not really spoilery because I'm not telling you what the memories are, but it's interesting to watch and see kind of how they try to communicate that.
Exactly.
The performances overall I think are great from everybody.
Solid.
Kevin Hart really surprised me because I haven't seen anything before with him. Not that he's never done it, I don't know, but I've never seen anything that's like a more serious role, and I think he does a really good job with it. I think the thing that kind of surprised me about the movie overall is just not from Bryan Cranston because he's always, he's great.
He's solid, right?
And in dramatic roles and also in comedic stuff where he started. But yeah, everyone is super believable. And that's something that I thought was really interesting because I thought, okay, what are the odds that, this turns into farce halfway through?
Yeah.
And that was kind of what I was worried about. But it really didn't do that. And I think that it's a solid movie. I couldn't give it a great, I don't think, because I don't think it's going to stick with me like some other stuff has.
Yeah, no.
But I don't think really that there's anything wrong with it. And that's why it's kind of shocking to see that it's got a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Like, it's gotten run through the ringer, man, and I just cannot figure out why.
I know why.
Okay, why?
Because Kevin Hart's still in the news.
That's true. I forgot about all that going on.
About the Oscar thing.
Yeah. Basically, the critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is it's preachy, manipulative, and frustratingly cliched.
Whoa. It's based on a true story. These guys.
Real life is not as... No, it's supposed to be stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
So why is this so cliched then? According to the critics.
It was a little cliche, but it wasn't like anything too crazy. Like, there was never a part where I was like, really?
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I believed it.
Yeah, like, I believed all of it. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the part about it that I was, like, I was teetering on great while I was watching because I was like, I don't think this is some sort of cinematic masterpiece or, like, a thing that will be studied in film schools for years or anything like that. But
maybe.
But I think that it's solid, and I think that it does what it's trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
I've heard some other reviewers say that there's like sequences in there that are too short to be a real scene and should have been a montage, but were a little longer. And I didn't feel that way about anything. So
They had montages.
Right. Yeah. I'm a little confused about it myself, if I'm honest. But I think that the overall experience of watching the movie is, it's January. We're not going to get another Black Panther this year, so
yeah,
this is not on that level, I don't think, but it's entertaining and it feels good to watch.
Yeah.
And it's like we'll get into spoilers, but basically there's some stuff in there that normally I felt would have just gone into gross out humor for me.
Yeah.
But because it was a part of the story and wasn't just, this ridiculous over the top thing, it was very entertaining.
I think so.
So yeah, I don't know. Good, bad, great, or terrible. We're both giving it a good. Let's see what people have said on our Twitter poll.
Twitter. What you got for us?
So the whole reason we have good, bad, great, or terrible is because you can only have 4 options in a Twitter poll.
Yeah.
So that's the reason that our
has that not been updated yet?
Nope.
Because I swear when I was doing my hair, I could have added more, but I don't remember.
It only gives me 4, man. I don't know. Maybe.
Are you not a Twitter pro? Do you not have over 10,000 followers? Oh, sorry, bro. I thought everybody had over 10,000 followers.
No.
That's okay.
Not on any of my 4 accounts.
That's all right. Basically,
we have 1 vote. I don't know why. Normally we have more than this, but I guess no one saw this movie. But yeah, so it's got a 100% terrible. So,
hey, I mean,
some people aren't gonna like it, and that's fun.
especially the LGBT. No crap. You know what I'm talking about.
AARP.
Shh. 2018, bro. LGBT. I'm trying to say it right at least.
There are too many letters. It's not fair.
I'm just gonna say LGBTQ+.
Okay. Why would they not like it? Let's get into spoilers, by the way.
Because they're still mad at Kevin Hart.
Oh, right. So not because
him.
of the movie. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that happened.
Yeah.
But wasn't that joke like 5 or 6 years old or something like that?
It was 10 years old.
God, I hate Twitter.
11 now.
I hate Twitter. Anyway, vote on our Twitter poll at RollSoundPod.
I hate Twitter, but also
you can also find our social media handles up here. Mine's Garrett__Axe, and then his is It's Just Ian.
It's just Ian.
But you have to type out It's Just Ian.
It's the best username literally ever.
It makes me laugh every time. Yeah, so the story overall, so I think one of the strongest points of this film is Kevin Hart's progression.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I think he starts out the movie as kind of a genuinely unlikable guy. He's like, he's been in jail. He's been like, I understand why.
Yeah,
I get where he's coming from and stuff. So it's not unlikable for just the sake of them having something to fix.
Right.
But I think that his progression throughout the film feels good. Like there's always that element of him being this kind of he's kind of a pushy personality,
mm-hmm.
And that never goes away. So that's always there. But you see how he changes in his care for other people than himself,
mm-hmm.
and how that starts with seeing someone who is a little bit worse off than him, and he doesn't treat him any different. He cracks jokes at him and stuff like that, which is kind of why they kick off their relationship at all. But
right.
the turn kind of being like, someone believing in him enough,
right?
To that, I think that's what kind of makes the switch for him.
Mm-hmm.
And makes him go, okay, so I am worth
exactly
more than what my father has said I am.
Right. Yeah.
I think that part of the movie is really strong. I think Bryan Cranston. So maybe some people don't like it because it's like, oh, he's a rich guy who's sad, and that's not allowed. I'm just trying to find a reason why people would hate this, but I think that's possibly a reason why. I don't know, but like like you said, money doesn't buy you everything.
Yeah,
it can't buy you happiness. It can't.
Maybe that was the cliche.
Maybe
that they were talking about.
But
money doesn't buy
true.
Everything, and like all the poor movie critics are like.
I mean, I'm super poor, and I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it's like when I hear stuff like that, I don't scoff.
Right,
it's true. I know money doesn't buy everything.
Yeah, although it would pay my rent, so
yeah, that's money.
It's due again on the 1st every month.
More money, more problems. That's what they say. Believe it.
But what if I had just enough money?
Still more money. It's still more problems.
That's true. So yeah, I think that maybe the weirdest part is Nicole Kidman, and I don't know what it is about Nicole Kidman, man. Every movie she's in, she seems like an auxiliary part of it. She's not like in the film. She's just also Nicole Kidman is here.
Also, she's Yvonne, I'm guessing.
Yes, Yvonne.
Yeah.
I wanted to like her more, I think was part of it. Like the dancing scene felt forced with how she is through the rest of the movie. It wasn't like there was kind of a consistent breaking down of her barriers. It was just now she's dancing.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
We're there. Well, kinda. So if we can like rewind time a little bit, pretty much how this whole movie starts is the caretaker has given up, right?
Yeah.
He gave up and he hires someone who's absolutely not qualified, so he won't, so he can do a bad job and he'll die. Pretty much.
Basically, yeah. He wants to do not resuscitate agreed to, so that he can just.
Yeah, and pretty much the whole start of this movie starts with him and Nicole Kidman going back and forth because I guess she just saved his life and he wasn't happy about it. Right. He wasn't happy about it, and so you kind of see her progression through seeing him. Her progression goes through the main character's progression, Philip. Mm-hmm. As he starts to get better, she starts to get happier. Does that make sense? Because obviously she loves this guy. Right?
Yeah.
spoilers. We're in spoilers.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
So it was a little believable because like that kind of weight of, because she's a smart girl, obviously she knew, but that
she went to Harvard, don't you know?
Right, of him looming was gone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to, for me, like her. I guess maybe it's kind of that selfless love, like that's why she encourages these love letters with another person and stuff.
Oh, that she hated it. Did you see when the lady called the first time at the party?
I don't know. She seemed happy about it.
No, she hated it. She was jealous the whole time.
So that was a fake smile.
It was like she's like, oh, okay, like the kind of thing you do where you're okay with it, but like you don't want them to be okay with it, and you kind of want to give them like a little hint that maybe you're not okay with it, but not really. It was like that. So
what you're saying is I don't know how to read women's facial expressions.
Yes, exactly. Because she wasn't about that.
And all this time I thought my wife was happy.
Hey, you never know.
No, you really been married 2 years. You don't. I think that I want to talk about cinematography for a little bit, because there's some stuff in here that, first of all, this is not shot in like a wide aspect ratio. It's 16:9. And normally it's for me, I prefer a wider aspect ratio.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of that, and maybe it's because I haven't been in film long enough or whatever.
Yeah,
Lots of film nerds will make fun of you for that.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice it at first, and then I kind of like the framing worked really well with that aspect ratio.
Lots of close-ups.
Lots of close-ups. Yeah. I thought it looked really great. The question I have is, could it have been better if it was different in some way? Because I don't feel like it could have been. I think it was shot right for the subject matter and for the relationships, and like it wasn't like moody and dark.
Yeah.
It was a pretty bright, exposure throughout the whole thing. And I think that works. And then the question is, well, is this a story that lends itself to, these crazy intricate camera moves and stuff? And I don't think it is. So it's not gonna, win an Academy Award for best cinematography or anything.
Yeah.
But I think it's a perfect fit for what it's doing.
Yeah, like it was part of that. Or I don't know what I'm saying.
You've been up for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even that. It's just I don't understand cinematography. And it's just like, it feels right to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the parts where it really does shine is being something beyond just like shot, reverse shot, is where Philip is laying in bed, and we've got these moments where he's staring up at the mobile, which reminds him of the accident that took his use of his arms and legs from him. And like there's one shot where the camera starts on one side of the bed and kind of arcs over the top, as though it's the mobile moving, and it like stuff like that was really interesting, and it was a way that they found to kind of play with the camera and bring you into his head a little more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't over the top either.
Right.
And so I liked the way it was shot a lot, and I was just trying to think all last night. I was like, is there, because they're not the most incredible, artistic shots of all time, but I think that they're not distracting, and moments like that, it adds to kind of your involvement in the story. And that's what I think is the mark of good cinematography, is when it's telling the story, it's not drawing attention to itself. Yeah. Michael Bay. And and I enjoyed watching it for that reason, because I was in the movie the whole time. I was never, I wasn't really thinking about those things until after. Yeah. And for me, that's hard. Like when I'm watching a movie, normally I'm going, why? Why is the aspect ratio changing 100 times? Yeah. The Last Night is the worst movie ever. But I just think that was really well done. There's some maybe character things that are, if people want to talk about cliches, there's kind of the cliche of, when Dell goes back to pick up his son, and the guy that he used to do jobs with is now like getting involved with him and stuff. Like some of that stuff maybe feels cliched for being, oh, this is, how it is in the hood, and that's, but at the same time, it's like, well, if that is how it is, then
That's how it is.
it's not cliche. It's just telling the truth.
Exactly.
So,
And I know Kevin didn't really grow up in the hood, but I'm sure he signed off on most of this.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's an element of how much you enjoy this movie will depend on how much you have seen of these same elements before.
Yeah.
Also, this movie is technically a remake of, I believe it's called The Intouchables.
Untouchable.
I thought it was Intouchables because I was like, that's weird, but okay.
No. But the reason I know is because it really just happened like 2 hours before I ended my stream. They're like, did you know that's based off of another movie, Untouchable? It might be Intouchable, but that's just one word.
Yeah, I think
2011.
2000. So what I found was The Intouchables. It's 2012. It has a 75% of Rotten Tomatoes. And when Driss, an ex-con from the project, is hired to take care of an eccentric French aristocrat named Felipe, his newfound job quickly becomes an unpredictable adventure. Speeding a Maserati through Paris, seducing women, and paragliding over the Alps is just the beginning. This sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, it sounds like the same thing. What? I don't know what I saw then. And also Twitch chats. Not smart.
Yeah, everyone's just lying to you. Are they not smart or are they too smart? And
hey,
I'm just kidding.
What can you do?
Yeah, no, I think that having not seen that, and also it's a foreign film. It's a French film. It's got apparently some really great score. I know one of the people that I've worked with before, Priscilla Bechtel, she was talking about the score on Twitter.
Yeah.
And so I don't have any connection with that film, so maybe that's why I enjoyed this as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's got some really good stuff in there. The scene, one of the best scenes is where they start breaking things. And it's that release for Philip and Dell's doing all the breaking. And the only reason I didn't get everything I wanted to out of that scene is because the entire thing is in the trailer.
Yeah.
Except for the joke about this portrait of a woman that looks like a man.
Yeah, it looks like a man.
Like that's the only thing that's
yeah,
that's not in the trailer. And so I think maybe there's a little bit of, if you haven't seen the trailer, you'll get a lot out of that scene. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, it's powerful.
But you do miss some of that oomph because it's in the trailer.
Because you see it coming, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people were talking about how they didn't feel the passage of time properly in the movie. But
dude grew a full beard.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I feel, because a lot of the stuff that happens when Dell is working with him is, it's not a long time that they're together. It's maybe a month or two.
Not even, because he only gets paid like 3 times.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so, like you see him get his checks. So
then that's 3 weeks.
Yeah, you physically see him get his checks, so you know how long.
Right, and then he disappears, and then Philip grows the full beard and all that stuff. So it is. I don't know what people are talking about. You feel the passage of time just fine.
I couldn't tell you.
People weren't paying attention. They wanted it to be The Intouchables, and it wasn't, and so they were just sitting there angry.
Yeah, it's a possibility. But I mean, it was funny. I felt for the characters. It was.
Yeah, I don't have anything really bad to say about the movie.
I mean, if I had to say something bad, at the beginning, Kevin Hart seemed like a little much. But
maybe that then.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
He seemed like a little much, and maybe it's because I know who Kevin Hart is. Mm-hmm. If it was a character that was smaller or had done more serious roles before, possibly I'd be a little bit more, it'd be more believable, I could say.
Okay.
But it just seemed like too hard.
Yeah, he seemed like that was kind of like the thing I was saying is he's unlikable at the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I got that.
He did the best that he could with the material he was given, but a lot of those lines are just, who's really this much of a jerk to everyone?
Yeah, for no reason. Yeah.
So yeah, if we had to be negative about something, I think that would be it.
Yeah.
I really can't think of anything else though, because the rest of it, I think the pacing was good. Like it let you soak in some of the moments. The scene between Philip and the woman he goes on a date with,
that's so cringy. That
could have dragged really hard, but it didn't. And like I loved the moment where she's starting to realize, when she's telling the story about the missing piece, the Shel Silverstein story, and she's starting to realize like how everything is way harder than she thought it would be if she continues down this road, and the camera moves behind his head and you see like we're changing sides, she's changing her perspective on this.
Now you see the chair, not just the
right. So it's a very, the pacing keeps up, and it does a good job of communicating to you kind of where they're both at, because at the beginning of the day that's not like that, but as it changes you kind of feel it, and the editing pace changes as well. It gets a little bit more, not frantic, but kind of quicker and tighter, and you kind of see the her going back and forth and looking at all the problems essentially. So I think it's well edited. I mean, all in all, look, I don't know why someone gave it a terrible.
I couldn't tell you.
Unless they just hate Kevin Hart personally, that's fine. That's your prerogative.
Which is a large part of the internet at the moment.
Yay!
Very large part. Gotta love the internet.
But yeah, if you want a feel good movie with good performances, Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart both give those in this.
Yeah.
And it's a story that you watch it and it's a pick me up, and I love movies like that. There's something about how cinema can make you feel when you watch a story like that I think is dare I say important, especially for people like me who sometimes struggle with not feeling good at all.
Too happy. Yeah, I mean I think so.
Yeah, I've never been paraplegic, but I've had days where I laid in bed like Philip because I just couldn't get myself to get up, and like having something that gives you hope.
Yeah.
It is, I think, an important job of film in general, but like
any art form.
Yeah. But I think that film has a way to communicate that a podcast couldn't or a book couldn't. And this one does a really great job of that. So it's not a world shattering movie. The ending's kind of like, okay, but
just kind of like, okay. It's good. Like everyone's good.
Yeah.
Hey, you can start here. You can make some mistakes, and you can still be all right.
Right. Yeah.
Keep on moving forward.
A tale of redemption, and a tale of redemption that shows that you don't have to like become, a goody two shoes to become a better person.
Exactly.
Essentially, it's like you're still you. You just make some better decisions.
Exactly, because it actually sneers at like the kind of like the right people, like the politically correct people, like those are the people that are the butt of a lot of jokes in this movie, not because they're jokes, but because of like how weird it would seem if Del or Philip were to like adapt that lifestyle. Right. Like, hey, but yeah.
And it kind of, it throws a little bit of this is stupid at, the idea that someone who has a criminal history can't be a good person or whatever,
exactly.
And it kind of gets revenge on that guy because his need to be superior leads him to spend $15,000 on a painting made in the bedroom next to him.
In a week.
Pretty great.
That was I like that part. I started smiling as soon as he asked about it. I smiled. I was like, "Oh man,
dude!" I was smiling the whole time, and I love like, and it's also kind of a poke at art critics because he's like, "Yeah, so there's a certain blah blah blah." It's like, it's a Doberman with combs for feet.
Yeah, combs for feet, and it's literally a picture of a Doberman. Like it's not a painting.
It's not.
It's a cutout of a magazine.
It's a painted body with a cutout head.
Yeah. I don't know who would be dumb enough, but I guess since it's in one of the richest guys' houses, gotta go for it.
And I love like watching Bryan Cranston like play this guy, but not being like super.
He didn't lie.
And I know what it's gonna be weird,
He didn't lie.
Exactly, and it's a very good performance from him all around.
Yeah, gosh, it's good. Everybody did great.
But yeah, I have a lot more respect for Kevin Hart as a serious actor now. There's some stuff I find him funny and some stuff I don't. I'm not been his biggest fan. But this definitely, like, I want to see him do more stuff, provided the internet lets him or me see this. But I want to see him do more stuff where he takes on more serious roles and like gets to play around with that, because even though he is a very funny guy, this is something that shows that his talents go beyond that.
Which, to be fair, the role he played is always a part of his roles, because in his comedies, he's always like a family man, a failed family man. He likes to and I know he didn't do anything in writing or anything like that, but he fits really well in broken family roles because that's what he went through.
Right, yeah.
Literally, that's his life. He knows how to talk to an ex-wife that doesn't want him anymore. He knows how to talk to a son that probably doesn't respect him and doesn't like him anymore. He's trying to win his love back. Like, he can do that, and you see it in a lot of his movies. Even in the comedies, like, they always show, like, that little, like, when it comes to the family, there's always that serious part. So it was interesting to see it in a more complete, full role, and not just, a side piece of it. But yeah,
right, yeah. I really I think that he's someone who could go on and do a lot of interesting stuff.
Oh yeah.
And stretch his legs a little more, get outside of that role. He steps into it easily because of his family history and stuff like that. I get that, but using those emotions and that stuff that you can draw from in situations that you're not familiar with is kind of the next step. And test of an actor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I do think that he's got the chops to kind of take that somewhere else.
I think he can do anything, and he's Kevin Hart, so they'll cast him in anything.
Yeah, they'll let him.
As long as he'll do it. He'll get it right sooner or later. Yeah. So.
All right, take 47.
You're right.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
But
seriously.
But yeah, no, I'm on board with this movie. I'm not gonna buy it or anything like that, but I wouldn't turn it off if it came on my TV.
Yeah, I'm about to say, would you watch it in theaters, or what do you want? Do you say people should watch it in theaters, or just wait Netflix? This is the type of movie to be on Netflix in like a couple months. I feel like.
Yeah, probably. And
like 6 months.
I wouldn't say you need to rush out and see it, but if you're going to watch a movie this weekend.
Keanu Reeves' movie came out.
That movie has a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
That's what you get for stealing my idea. I wrote that movie a year ago.
And now you dodged a bullet.
No, mine's better.
Hey.
I'm gonna make it anyway.
Yeah.
Without Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think that I think that it's something that if you're going out to see something in theaters this weekend, this is one to consider.
Yeah.
Maybe don't rush out and see it, but it's good. So
I agree.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of our 100th episode.
100.
Good Lord.
Live.
2 years.
For you.
For me.
Like 9 months for me.
Yeah, something like that. So thanks for joining us. We hope you liked this.
Yeah.
If you did, you can drop us a review on iTunes.
Yeah.
5 stars preferred, but not required.
Do it.
Although, if you're going to rate anything less than 5 stars, why would you even take the time, honestly?
Rate it 1 star. 2 types of people.
Yes, the angry people.
Mm-hmm.
So
you like the Kevin Hart movie?
Dislike.
Dislike. Tell friends, also dislike.
Report it on Twitter.
Say.
Probably. But yeah, so you can drop us a review. You can find us on all of our social media at Roll Sound Pod on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. You can email us rollsoundpod@gmail.com if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see us review in the future. And yeah, all that fun stuff. And with that, it's time to say goodbye, at least to the people listening at home without watching the stream.
Yeah.
Like a goat.
Goodbye, people at home.
Goodbye. Okay, the recording is stopped. So now that that's done, we can all hang out for real.
Yeah. Yo, Aaron, what's up, dude?
Hi, Aaron. I'm not Mooley, but hello anyway. So,
how was your first Twitch stream on your own terms? Hectic?
It was crazy. I mean, it was hectic mostly because whatever I did broke it.
I couldn't tell you.
Both of the microphones were working before I left the house. That's what's crazy.
And then maybe it went to sleep.
Nope.
It didn't.
I set it to not go to sleep for 2 hours, and we were.
Oh yeah, because the stream was going.
Yep.
I couldn't tell you. When you hit that start streaming button, literally the sky's the limit for problems.
Yeah, that's probably.
Literally.
It was working before I hit start stream, and then I walked out of the room.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yay. Well, a bunch of people still hanging out with us. So 22, 23 people.
Woohoo.
Thank you. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. I hope
Thanks,
you enjoyed
guys.
it.
I appreciate it.
We have been doing this for quite a while now,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you noticed, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
And and yeah, it was it was a lot of fun doing it and not having any of this stuff to worry about. But I mean, this whole harebrained scheme is your idea. So thanks for forcing me into this.
Hey, bro, you can always go back. I just wanted to let you know that Twitch is where it's at.
I'm excited. I do want to do this every week. I think that it'll be fun, and I wish there was a way for me to keep it like consistent for the people listening on iTunes and Spotify and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And interact with chat, but there's not really
there's just no way to do it.
I'll find a balance somewhere. I think we're gonna get at some point, not right now, but at some point we want to get someone who can kind of run the stream and do all that, and also
where
I don't know, not in this room. I gotta figure something else out, but also moderate for us so we can get kind of input from listeners piped to a chat that's just like, this is the only stuff you should really pay attention to.
Yeah.
So we can kind of interact in that way. But that's all upcoming. That's stuff we're gonna figure out. I don't know, maybe this overlay will be different. I'm not sure.
What can you do? I mean, it's just something that grows over time. When you finally get to it, and you get to a point where you're like, I'm sick of looking at this, and you just change it. Yeah. That's me. Like, I keep it the same, and I'm like, you know what? Everything changes today. I want a purple color scheme. Seriously.
For something that I whipped up in like 20 minutes, it's not horrible.
Yeah, no, this isn't bad at all. I like it.
Thanks.
I like it.
I put our logo on there.
Wow. Best part.
Eventually, we are going to have emotes and all that stuff, assuming that people like this enough to hang out.
Yeah, so how all it really works is once you get 50 followers.
Sweet. Everyone in the chat, follow right now. That way we can have emotes, and you can put good, bad, great, or terrible in the chat.
You'll only get one. You'll get 3 emotes, but technically only 1.
Okay, so I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out one way or another. But man, I wish I had more to say about the movie. The thing is, it just is like,
I was wondering why you picked it, because I was like, this is pretty much going to be like a feel-good comedy movie, and we just have a hard time talking about stuff like that.
It's very difficult to talk about comedies in general, and then feel-good comedies as well. Yeah,
it was good.
At the same time, nothing else was out, and I looked on
Keanu freaking Reeves.
That movie was not showing where we have a sponsorship.
Oh, rip.
No, it wasn't.
Rip.
I looked. Yeah.
No, then I understand then.
We could have seen Mary Poppins Returns.
Thank you for not making me watch that.
You're welcome. Yeah, the other options we pretty much had either seen or weren't going to talk about at any point. And so, yeah, I just was like, all right, this is what's going. Yeah, because it was Aquaman, Bumblebee. We could have seen Escape Room.
Ugh.
But I didn't want to waste my life on that.
I can't watch something like that because then I'll never go to an escape room again. And my wife would hate you.
The other option was A Dog's Way Home, and I don't think either of us could have bothered to sit through that movie.
Nope.
We did sit through the trailer though, so technically we have sat through the movie.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Let's just say we made the right choice. I think we made the right choice because I actually wanted to see this movie.
I did too.
Good for the podcast, me, but
yeah,
fun for actual watching.
And I think fitting for our 100th episode for it to be something me.
Oh yeah.
Because there's been a couple of episodes like that, and it seems like a celebration of all of our misjudgings of things,
right?
And that's fine.
That is fine.
Yeah,
that is fun.
Next week though, there's something going on.
What's coming out?
Glass.
I'm down.
With it being sort of, terrible according to all the people who were talking about it.
So it's gonna be all right.
I'm sure it'll be. I don't know, man.
I read early reviews. It was all like, Glass is trying to be something it's not.
That's one thing I've heard. A lot of people I've heard say stuff like, it's expecting you to lean forward in your chair and get interested because they're talking about comic books, and it leans on that a lot, and then the ending is not satisfactory at all.
Yeah, no one cares about comic books anymore.
Yeah, they care about comic book movies, but
exactly,
no one cares about the comic books themselves.
Wild
misjudgment, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
I really, best case scenario for me, it is terrible. Because then I have a lot to talk about. Yeah, right? If it's like right in the middle, then it becomes hard. Right. But also, I could just pretend I hate it more than I do. Yeah. But I never really do that. I find myself incapable of being just dishonest about how much I like a movie on this show, because I just can't. Or in life, I just can't go, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I gotcha. Because if it's terrible, it's just terrible. I understand. Although it is worse to be nothing. Yes. in my not so professional opinion,
I
if
agree.
you are bad, fine. If you don't make me feel anything and you're just mediocre in every single way, I hate you.
It's like eating bland grits
Yes,
from Cracker Barrel.
exactly. Yeah. Would you rather eat that or like a slightly burnt burger?
Slightly burnt burger.
Exactly, because even though there's that kind of weird aftertaste, it still is something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never want to eat sawdust.
Good analogy.
Done that by accident.
What's wrong with you?
I was making a wooden box with my granddad.
I don't want to hear
and
this
the
story.
saw was going, and I opened my mouth to say something right as the saw went.
Hey, Granddad, did you?
And that's how
That's
I
your
ended up
fault.
with a mouth full of wood. I know what I did.
I know what I did. Mistakes were made. So I guess everybody here is just lurking.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys in the chat have anything to say about the movie, we'd love to hear from you. We want to have more. That's one of the reasons that I kind of was like, okay, it's time. Let's do the streams because I want to have more chats with people who are listening to the show about kind of what they think about the movies we're talking about. I get it if you didn't see this. This actually overtook Aquaman as #1 at the box office this weekend. So apparently people were seeing it.
Yeah, it's Kevin Hart.
But it just is not getting... There's not a lot of people actually talking about it.
Because it's just a feel-good movie. No one wants to talk about feel-good stuff.
Yeah,
they want to talk about drama.
Something that makes them feel like they can jump off a building and survive it, or something they hate.
Exactly. They want something that makes them feel better about themselves, except for something that would actually make them feel better about themselves.
Right? That's... it's so weird how humans work.
2019.
Yep. Good point.
I put my hands
Outrage
up.
culture is a real thing.
Have you seen the movie Blockers?
I have not.
It's so funny.
Is it funny?
I don't know if you think it was funny because it
Because I'm a
pushes the
prude.
envelope a little bit. But man, I laughed, and I watched it a second time, and I laughed some more.
I saw the poster and was like, okay, that's yep.
The man
I think
who
I get it.
the man who shall not be seen was super funny in that movie. He
The
was
man
honestly
who
the
shall
best
not be
part.
seen? Oh yes,
John,
Not The Rock.
Cena, not The Rock. He was like, I every time he opened his mouth, I was like, he's gonna say something stupid, and then I was purposely trying to judge him harshly, and I still was so happy.
Well, that's encouraging to know because one of the things that I worried about was that everything he was in was bad.
I think comedies might be his thing.
That's one of the things I've heard is that he is funnier than he is kind of good at dramatic acting.
Yeah, but like it's funny when he's trying to be dramatic. That's the thing. Like,
Oh,
it's
so
like,
you're laughing at him, not with him.
that's what they want us to. Like, we're definitely laughing at him and not with him, but we're laughing with him too. Like, it's
Okay.
like we're like, haha, that was funny, and like no one else could have done it.
Is he kind of in on the joke that he's not doing a great job? Maybe.
No.
Oh, great.
Because
That's
I
even
mean,
better.
because he's that. I thought it was a good job. Like, you just gotta watch it. I don't know
I
how
may
you
because
watch it.
it's on Hulu or something now, right?
I think I watched it on HBO.
HBO. Okay, yeah. I think I saw it on somewhere and was like, "Oh, that's out now."
Yeah.
I just rewatched Date Night for the first time in
Date Night?
I think 9 years.
What's that movie about?
Steve Carell, Tina Fey, they go out and they take someone's reservation and get mistaken for these people who have stolen something from a powerful man.
Definitely haven't seen that.
Dude, it's very funny. If you like Steve Carell at all, it's a good movie. It's got Mark Wahlberg in it as well.
Okay.
Tina Fey I think is hilarious, and so she's Tina Fey. I mean,
Are there any butt chugs in that movie?
butt chugs.
All right. Well, I'm not interested.
What are butt chugs?
Maybe you should watch Blockers.
Well,
This
Oh,
is the
boy.
most unflattering camera. Next time I'm doing my own camera angle.
Hey,
I'm
man.
a righty-sidey.
Okay, hold on.
No.
I've got
It's over now.
No, I'll fix it.
Dude, everyone's been looking at me for a freaking hour.
Well, it's not too late. It's never too late. If I
It's
learned
not
anything from
too
3 Days
late.
Grace,
It's never too late.
I listened to that song yesterday.
Even if I... That's literally the same camera angle.
No, it's not. Now it's pointed at the ceiling. Okay, hold on. No, this will work. It's down lower, which is good. Is everyone enjoying this? I hope so.
I didn't know you can do all that.
That's a little better.
Nope.
It is. It's not as high.
Yeah, it's a little better.
It's practically the same as mine.
Practically...
In all practicality.
Practicality. Right.
We lost 2 people while I was trying to make you look good. Thanks a lot.
That's okay.
Oh boy, yeah. I don't know, man. I think definitely we'll figure out all the technical kinks. I'll figure out why it's changing all the input stuff and all that things. So it'll be smoother next week. And all that. Also, I won't have to come pick you up, hopefully.
No.
So
the truck should be fixed.
So there'll be less of a gap.
Yeah.
And and I'll talk with people next week. The only reason I really couldn't talk to people kind of before the show started was because we were both in the car. But next week I'll be doing something when they hop in, so that'll be good.
We'll see.
And I think this is a good test run.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been worse. We could have not figured it out and just been like, let's just go with it with high squeaky voices.
Oh my gosh, I kind of would have loved that.
No.
It would have been terrible, but I would have loved it for being what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess just thanks everyone for joining us. I've got to get him home. He's got things he's got to do.
I got a lot of things I need to do.
A lot of things. So I'm going to get him to those lot of things, and then I'm going to work all day on figuring out what's going on with this thing. But yeah, I hope you'll join us next week. It's going to be next Monday again, probably around about 7:30ish. We'll actually start this time instead of it was like 7:40 something or something like that.
Yeah, and
then probably 8:20 by the time we got all the kinks figured out. Fun, so
very fun.
But yeah, and we'll share some pictures of this setup so you can see just how ridiculous this thing is.
Oh, it's crazy. You can put it on Discord.
I really should. That way people can know, like, we're really putting a lot of effort into making you laugh maybe once in 2 hours.
Sorry about this.
But yeah, no, this has been fun. So
yeah,
make sure you follow the Twitter so we can get more than one vote on the Twitter poll next week. That's never happened before.
I mean, maybe just nobody watched it.
It's possible, yeah, or at least nobody who was watching the stream. But yeah, that was weird.
People from Twitch don't vote on Twitter, by the way.
Okay, so I should do a vote in
Twitch chat.
In Twitch chat.
I mean, people don't vote on that either. Like, people don't click things.
Life is meaningless and then you die.
Yeah. When I was streaming, what I have like 150 people watching when I was doing when I finally hit my sub goal for hair, and I was like, everybody go vote. And I went to go look, and it was like 20 people. I'm like, what the
Man, 20 people's good. I normally get about 16.
Yeah, but I'm talking about from literally having 150 people right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I read
Go
something
click a
about how
button.
like anywhere between 5 and 30% will actually interact with you, and that percentage gets lower as your viewership gets higher.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, it's not surprising really because people just want to watch and not have to interact. But like I don't know what it is when I'm involved in something that's like live. I'm just like, well, I have to interact because that's the whole point of this.
Right.
Otherwise, why not just come back and watch it later?
Oh, I'm forced to lurk now.
Oh yeah, because you're too famous.
Yeah.
And you chose right when you got kind of famous to mess up your hair. So that's an interesting choice.
You know how much I got paid to do this? Do we want to talk about Do we want to talk about being literal right now? I don't care, bro.
Yeah, I was just want to make you feel bad because I still can't pay my rent.
Maybe you should dye your hair.
Oh, the camera's in this shot now. I just realized.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, no, I can fix this. I can make it work.
You know what? Work on it when I'm not here. I ain't different.
Perfect. There we go. Oh, were you leaving this camera here?
Yeah, I don't need it.
Oh, I thought you were carting it back and forth.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, I'm not. I'm way too lazy for that.
This will make life easier because I
Yeah.
can just set this up before you get
And
here.
just like leave it there and
Yeah.
have.
Oh
it
no,
here.
I have to. This all has to move. I have to work at this computer,
Man, you're crazy, dude.
but I'll set it up again next week.
Yeah, you can have all that all set up.
It'll be my morning ritual. You know, I'll get up. I'll set up the podcast, dude. I'll be like, okay, and then I'll spend 30 minutes just crying over the fact that it won't decide between 48,000 kilohertz and 44.1 thousand kilohertz.
Hey, man, you keep that to
Not
yourself.
1,000 kilohertz. That's redundant. Kilo is 1,000.
I need less things going on in my head. Okay.
Sorry, you didn't want to do the math?
No.
All right, well, let's get you home. Thank you to everyone who joined us. Seriously, we're going to be doing this a lot more. Make sure you follow. That way you can get notified when we go live. We're going to be doing this every Monday, and I'll possibly be going live at other points, depending on what's going on. I don't know. We may do, I don't know if, I don't know. We got to talk about all this stuff, but we may do some smaller stuff, like things that have come out on Netflix and things that we don't normally get to on the show. Maybe
Yeah.
fun to kind of talk about and do some different stuff with. But we'll discuss that and we'll let you know as soon as we know what's happening. Because right now, the stream is ending.
Yeah, it is.
That's what's happening.
You got your outro music ready?
I have no outro music.
You don't need outro music. I was kidding.
But I do have
A
an
goodbye
outro
block.
thing.
We'll just say goodbye and then.
So we just want to say thank you to everyone who joined us, and then I'll hit this button and we will disappear. So goodbye.
Goodbye. Read that.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next stream. Is that what you wanted?
I was just gonna read the whole thing.
Oh.
Don't forget to follow our Twitter and vote in our movie polls at Roadstop. Whatever.
At Roll Sound Pod. All right, I'm gonna.